in the whole of what actions do you want to see? What changes do you want to see? And why, how, who, when, where? I'm a perfect little neoliberal subject. I internalise the impact of gender here. Okay, Charlotte, your team. Well, we all listen to Charlotte now. Everybody listen to Charlotte because you won't hear it again.
We started talking about issues around postgraduate well-being, and we ended by talking more about working conditions and the audit culture more generally. In the end, while we felt there is some need for checks and balances, it could be potentially a policy mistake to move too far in the direction of the audit culture. And we were talking about the very damaging effects of some of the terrible workload issues, the lack of resources for staff, the lack of trust that is in academics, academics being over-managed, and that move away from academics having more time to reflect, undergo development, review and develop their curricula, share good practice. Everything is just being monitored now. And so there's actually a lack of time and space, and that's been very damaging.
What did I say about UK academics? Whenever we get the space, we always rehearse our discomforts with the neoliberal political economy. It's endemic in the culture, isn't it?
Yeah, but it would be such a shame then for Japan to move in a similar direction.
Exactly.
Yeah. And similarly, we were talking about the very damaging effects of the US tenure system, which is creating two-tier academic system, with those on permanent contracts on the inside and those who aren't on the periphery.
So what do we want for Japan? We've identified what we don't want. We don't want this massive neoliberalisation, the marketisation, the financialisation of the higher education system, where the only value in town is the financial one. We don't want that. We don't want massive accountability, of audit, of bureaucracy. What do we want for Japan? Paul, you have the answer. I saw a hand.
Well, I think there was something there about how do we monitor what is happening? How do we know?
Yes.
How do we expose? Because I've heard a lot about this, there's already changes planned for the doctorate, or there's maybe interventions that, in practice, that could be done, but there's not enough research on doctoral education in Japan. There's not enough. The questions about well-being, what we've got is some really possibly quite concerning individual narratives, but frequent individual narratives. But how do we get that knowledge?
It starts with research, doesn't it?
And how does that then feed into policy? So there's something I put it in a sort of neoliberal term, because I'm a UK. Part of the UK culture, and I've internalised it. But is it evaluation, or what is it that? Because there is this danger of just nudging towards a culture that maybe actually nobody wants, either within Japan or outside of Japan. And then the other one was around language and the suggestion for a practical requirement of some sort of online language course as a condition of any
for postgrad students,
for doctoral scholarship.
To link funding with pre-sessional training in Japanese, and to get some standardised quality of linguistic competence before entering PhD, so you don't get this ad hocery.
Or even for visiting faculty.
For visiting faculty too.
Yeah. No, Oh, fair enough.
That sounds good. Now, one of the criticisms academics often face is at the end of these huge long projects that go on for years and cost billions, the result is usually we need more research. How do we avoid that? I take your point entirely that it's an under-researched topic, doctoral study, but we need to say a little bit more than just we need more research. What do we want to research? What do we need more evidence on? Marion?
I think we mentioned already in relation to your excellent point, Charlotte, that we need to codify sort of supervisory practices within Japan, and I would love to see that done in relation to the context itself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of such research is done in relation to our context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, they don't have this, or picking something really small, or and I feel this is. I know that from working in African countries, for example, there is something that is working there for particular reasons related to that particular context. So understanding relationships, processes, interactions within the particularities of that context.
Okay, so there's something you're saying, Charlotte, is about encoding, classifying what the rights, the entitlements, when stuff goes wrong, the contacts, making the tacit explicit.
Yes.
And that seems to be a theme running through a lot of our discussion. That we talked about traditions a lot in Japan, how the traditions get passed on. That's fine if you're an insider to the culture and you know how to read the traditions. It's more difficult if you're coming from outside.
And you don't even have to be an outsider to the society.
No.
But if you're an outsider to the institution,
Exactly.
you're coming into an institution, and even if you are fluent in Japanese, you grew up in Japan, you don't have a clue.
Right.
Because it's all tacit.
It's all tacit. So
But that happens here in relation
Yes.
to working class students.
Yes.
Going to higher education, very middle class culture
Yep.
that people aren't familiar with and haven't grown up with, and it's a mystery.
Yes.
Yep. Same thing.
Okay. So is that an action point from this table and this table about a bit more codification about the doctorate? Rights, responsibilities, entitlements, expectations.
I would say basically those postgraduate doctoral program created in the 1930s, 40s,
Yes.
long time ago created. That model just lasted. And based on more apprenticeship model, following more German Humboldt University
Yes.
model. And then even international students coming in, internationalization going on, because it's an add-on model. The core practice
Yes.
of education hasn't changed much. We expected international students just adjust themselves to the Japanese way.
Yes.
But the problem is that they are not born in Japan, they are not grew up in Japan.
Right.
We have to explain everything.
Okay.
The one we need a manual, where we also a systematic approach. However, everything goes, from my understanding, postgraduate, doctoral education, all depends on professors.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's very haphazard.
Yes. And then that was also generation, how those people, current senior professor, how they learn it from their supervisors.
Right.
They're from their supervisors, from their supervisors.
Right.
So those are things that's not really documented.
Okay. May I suggest a concept? When you talk about the additive approach, and as I said, back in the 80s and 90s, that was often discussed in relation to gender, the additive approach to gender and any other form of inequalities, etc. And we moved from that additive approach to gender mainstreaming. And I'm wondering whether we could do a bit of knowledge transfer here, Charlotte, you're good at this. How do we move from the additive approach to internationalisation to a mainstreaming approach? so that it gets integrated into all the services, all the systems, all the functions, everything, the built environment, the curriculum, staffing, the culture, etc. So that it's not just about teaching a few subjects in English, or recruiting a few more international students, or a few more people from Australia or whatever, but everything is mainstream, so we go through the entire institution.
But where do you start?
Where do you start? Data. Gender mainstream, you always start. Charlotte can tell you. You start with data, don't you, Charlotte?
Yeah, well,
baseline data.
I'm involved in a project looking at this at the moment, and I suppose what we are hoping to produce, we're looking at gender mainstream, is once we've gathered the data, our toolkits, so to enable comprehensively looking through every single aspect of university life and delivery on the curriculum, and seeing where gender is and where it isn't. And it would be possible to do that in terms of internationalisation.
And there have been some case study, you know, like in Norway, for example, where they've gone through everything, recruitment, the environment, culture, etc. We've tried to do that a bit, Paul, haven't we, with the training module, and Charlotte worked on that as well, where we've asked people to look at everything in terms of internationalisation and support for migrant academics. So could we maybe think about introducing that into the vocabulary here, about the need to move from surface to a mainstream approach to internationalisation? And could we do a bit of knowledge transfer from the whole this has been going on for decades. And it's really big. In a lot of African countries, we researched it in sub-Saharan Africa, gender mainstreaming. It's huge in the Nordic countries. You know, there are whole institutes, the Gender Secretariat in Gothenburg, for example. That's their raison d'etre, and they have hundreds of people employed to do that in Swedish universities. There are all the gender mainstreaming toolkits, where they take you through what you need to do. Could we think about that for internationalisation? Mainstreaming approach to internationalisation. Okay, what are we going to do with this? Who do you want me to write to next week? Anybody here want to take it up? Move it on. What's the next stage? OECD, are you interested in doing something on this? Max, are you interested? What would be useful for the next stage in this? So we don't lose this incredibly rich discussion today. Ideas?
I think some of it will be just useful to share and disseminate some of the presentations, start the discussions. So maybe if there's something from, we can capture a sort of statement from the meeting, or sort of articulation of some of the key challenges which were discussed, and through actually the networks that we've got within the room, that actually starts a narrative, and maybe a disruptive narrative.
Okay, but I do think we need to take it to some of the stakeholders, like MEX, for example. The colleague yesterday, Toshi, maybe we can take that to the Japanese embassy here. If there's anybody else you think, who are the movers and shakers in Japanese higher education who need to know about this discussion? Who are the big players in internationalisation who need to know?
I think the institutions themselves have such embedded practices. It's really hard at an institutional level, single institutional level, to create positive change.
Yes, some good cases, good practices.
Yeah, I mean, it can happen. It can happen, and it has happened, but it's tough. And you've hit, I think you've hit a pressure point here, which is that internationalization is a loss for reform.
Yes.
And so but reform though is not easy.
No.
And so I think, I don't know, Hiroshi might have a better read on this, but I think next is maybe one idea.
Yes.
But Jan, like UK, Japanese National JANU.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then that's just national university.
That's true.
Okay.
So that, but those kind of organizations, I think, yeah, that's a great idea. But I think there's people at MEXT, I mean, MEXT, the people I've talked to at MEXT, and Ito's might have a better read on this, but they want universities to reform. They're looking for innovation. They want innovation. But universities in Japan invoke MEXT as a reason they can't innovate. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's this weird relationship. Yeah, it's very strange, and there's this fear about MEXT. MEXT is the Ministry of Higher Education, or the Ministry of Education, Sciences, Sports, Technology, everything. Yeah. So I think if it comes from MEXT as a guideline rather than an audit, there might be an effect.
Okay.
Because MEXT has an authority, it's sort of the Wizard of Oz, you know, behind the curtain, and I think, yeah.
Brilliant.
I mean, I know you talked about research always comes out, oh, we need more research.
Always.
But is another project looking at some kind of implementation of mainstreaming and internationalisation in, you know, a couple of case studies or whatever? Might that be something that it is possible to get some kind of funding and buy-in for, which will come directly out of it?
Brilliant suggestion. Okay, I'm aware you've got to get to all four corners of the planet, so I'm going to suggest then that we'll make some notes, very brief, very accessible notes on the basis of this discussion. We'll circulate them, and I'll ask for a multiplier effect, so then you circulate them to your key movers and shakers, stakeholders in your network, and we will communicate with Toshi next. Yesterday he was very interested to hear the outcome, particularly the OECD, and our colleague from UUK didn't make it today, but he is working with Japanese universities. So we'll keep moving the debate out of the academy and into the user community, as they call it in impact vocabulary, and we will just keep trying to influence change.